Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon. I am with the Rags Riches community. In fact, I am the CEO, the CFO, the CWO, the C1O, the C3PO, and the Supreme Ayatollah. You are here today because you have nothing better to do. And we're going to try to bring some value to your life and waste your time in the process. Thanks for hanging out. Here we go.
Do not like or comment on any of my videos, and please do not subscribe.
Bris in the house?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Dang, man. I tried to hide you from the world, but I had an epiphany today. I said, the world needs to see your light, Bris. How do you feel about that?
I'm here to expose my light to the world, and only my light to the world. Okay.
Well, whenever you use words like expose, I'm very worried about the words following that word. But you didn't screw it up. Chat, we got chat here. Let's see what's going on. Terrafin in the house. Terrafin, in fact, he's holding down the PulseChain.com Twitter space that's happening right now. We've had 60 to 100 people in there for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take this opportunity to say, if you have a grandmother that needs to be onboarded in the PulseChain, you can go to the PulseChain.com Twitter space, run by yours truly in our armada of people, and you can ask questions and you don't have to be worried about getting yelled at. You don't have to be worried about any gratuitous language, anything of that nature. So very, very happy to present that to the world. We are not competing with anybody. We're simply giving people another option. Craig Wadding in the house. Damn you, Terrafin. You can't, dude. Terrafin is 85% effective getting here first. And
What
frankly,
happened? I'm sorry.
I'm disappointed. What's up, dude?
What happened to the Craig's username?
Craig Wadding? Yeah, what did Jen Hex, whatever, all that? Who knows? Hex down under in the house. He's got those things. Irwin, elbow cough. Is that the elbow cough thing? Yeah. Brizzo. Briz, man, he's in the chat. So nice to see you, Briz. Jamming.
I love that intro.
Yeah.
That intro is.
You like the intro because it makes you feel good. Inviting Freedom liked the intro because it made her feel good too, in a different way. I saw in the chat there. Speaking of inviting Freedom, she might make a pit stop here in a little bit. Quite possibly. Which I think is kind of cool, man. I
think inviting Freedom's pretty awesome.
Yeah, cool. Crypto Vince. Love the thumbnail, and it's because of you, Briz. That's the only thing that changed. Did you think I forgot to add that thumbnail the right way, man? I bet you did.
At first, yeah. And then I was looking at it. I'm like, whoa, how'd I get on there?
It happened. It happened, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look, first and foremost. What's up with the Hex price, man? What's going on? What can we deduce from this? I think what we can deduce here is the fact that it kind of did exactly what we said it was going to do back on March 25th. We saw that long wick down. We saw that massive amount of volume. We drew our line in the sand here, and we said a lot of times you see price come underneath and then buoy and bounce back up, and it'll kind of level out and then pop. Well, it's the same situation in this manner too. Got to understand these lines are kind of like magnets. When it pops under, the price action wants to fall back to that area. All right. So what we're seeing right now is breaking that previous line of resistance. What we want to see is price come down and use that as support. That's why we've been saying that we're going to target about 16 cents, maybe the next daily candle that pops up here in about 2 hours and 45 minutes. We'll see price fall a little bit more, possibly wick down underneath, but we'd like to see it after that. That's when we look for it to really pop up.
I kind of feel like Hex is kind of doing what I thought. It seems to be like kind of building up now. I thought it was going to do this directly after the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And it seems to be kind of doing it now. And
yeah, man. And we've had a lot of selling for a very long time. How many days of selling have we had on Hex? Like 228 days, man. We've been under all-time high. So it's quite a long time. So you gotta, the sellers have got to be fatigued at this point.
But with that said, we are up over 80% since the recent lows, right? Since the bottom.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that feels like a rip, you know. That feels like we're at a nice, healthy, like settling point, and we could go either way pretty soon. But I think it's gonna go even higher as soon as PulseChain is announced.
Yeah, and I'd love to see that. All we'd have to do is hit about 20 cents, and we're 100% up since the 10th of March. So I'd say that's pretty significant. Congratulations if you guys were buying back then, like everybody was saying. This is a really good teachable moment for a lot of you guys who are new and a lot of you gals who are new. You've got to understand that this is normal. When the market goes on a tear like this for as long as it went, there is fatigue involved, right? The buyers, they just eventually they stop buying, and you see that distribution pattern. They distribute that supply back out. So that's what we're kind of seeing right now. By everything that we can notice, it seems like we're in a really good position, just like Bris says, to move forward pretty soon here. What have you heard any stirrings on when we're going to see this PulseChain launch?
You know, my best guess is probably the beginning of June 2023. So, you know, we got about a year from now.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Probably not. Probably, but I hope not. Maybe, you know, Richard said mid-May, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he hasn't really corrected himself.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's still kind of you know, we're still set on possible. I'm just saying probably within May.
Yeah, outstanding. Well, I hope so. I think so too. I think if he's made that the point twice, then I felt 75% sure when he said it the second time that's what it would be. So it's kind of exciting here. Let's see what chat has to say, because chat always has strange opinions that we don't like showcasing.
It really made me feel pretty good when Richard said 50-50 mid-May, 75% a week later. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds very confident.
Well, that's how I feel too. Let's see here. Wanted to completely waste my afternoon. Thought I would catch your stream. Maybe if you're smart, you could learn how to spell waste, right? Thank you. Beam D, Bris, +1. Dude, you already got fans, man.
I'm a fan of Beam D.
You're going to overtake me here pretty soon, bro. And I'm excited. In fact,
that's the
goal.
What?
How obtuse of me to think that I'm over. Dude, you've been here from the start. You are a staple in this community, man.
You know, I got an interest in this community.
Mixed martial arts. Let's go, Brandon. Hey, J.A. Soul, what's up, my good peeps? What is up? John May in the house, right? Inviting Freedom says intro is too good. Zach Taylor, happy to be here. Not me. Let's check. Hex Token. Look at this guy. The Biz with Bris. You know what? Bris, I think that this is the absolute best time to segue into something very special. What do you think?
All right, let's do it.
All right. I'm going to take this comment down because nobody likes Hex Token except me. And I think that's very, very important to say. Here we go.
So
Bris.
untrue.
I know. Dude, that music makes me get naked. I gotta admit, man. Come on, man. Right. I feel like I gotta swing my hips and do some salsa and do some bachata, whatever. Dude, what do you got for us today, man? What's going on? Let's check it out here.
All right. So I did a small series, and I wanted us to take this moment and maybe appreciate the timeline that we're living in, because I think we mentioned it maybe on a previous cast that, you know, it took we're in a very special place that we're in right here, that we have the internet, we have someone like Richard Hart. We have had Bitcoin created, and then Ethereum was created, and then came along Richard Hart, and just all these puzzle pieces fell together.
Coming together.
And yeah, they came together to make this really magical moment to what I believe, financially free us from the chains of the fiat banking system.
Sure.
So I wanted to take a moment and realized how special of a timeline this is, and how close it could have been completely averted, and we would be stuck with high fees and Ethereum and Binance and all these crappy stuff. So what we have here is Richard Hart and the Multiverse of Madness. All right.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Multiverse of Richard Hart and the Multiverse of Madness. Is that me down there? And that's you?
That is you,
Dude,
and
you
that
look
is
like
me.
Qui-Gon Jinn, bro.
Thank you. That was the goal. So this first slide is going to be of so this is 10 multiverses where Richard Hart did not create the PulseChain. Now this first slide is Richard Hart. He's still driving Lamborghinis, right? But instead of buying them, Richard Hart is actually he's just a mechanic. In this multiverse, Richard Hart is he's a Lambo mechanic. He's working on this thing. He gets to drive it, in and out of the garage, and maybe on a test drive. But
so in our first alternate universe, if Richard Hart did not create PulseChain, he is a mechanic.
In this multiverse, he was a Lamborghini mechanic. All right.
Outstanding. All right, let's see the next one.
in this next universe, remember, anything can happen in these multiverses. And this one, he looks like he's working at a Louis Vuitton store. And
is that how they dress there?
Apparently, I mean, this is a legitimate picture. They got that real Handmaid's Tales vibe going on, but Richard looks like he's happy with his job. But unfortunately, in this multiverse, he did not create the PulseChain.
He did not. No. So
No,
he wouldn't have graced us with that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. What do we got next?
All right. Next one is he's at a fancy restaurant, right? But instead of ordering the food, he's actually serving the food.
The club seal is delicious this time of year.
So
if you guys just joined, let me kind of fill you in on what the real hell that you're watching on the screen. Bris comes up to me today. He's like, Brandon, I got a great idea, dude. It's a little bit of comedy. So Bris says, I'm going to have these alternate universes where Richard Hart did not create PulseChain. And that's where we are right now. And I can't really explain anymore, but we're going to let him talk. Go ahead, Bris.
All right. So, this is just another multiverse where Richard Hart did not create the PulseChain. And that's an unfortunate.
What's he doing here? He's a waiter?
Yeah, he's a waiter. He's just taking this very nice couple's the meal and giving a suggestion about the clubbed seal being very delicious.
The clubbed seal. Go ahead.
Maybe he meant club sandwich. I don't know. We'll see.
You're such an idiot. All right. What we got next?
In this next multiverse, Richard is making I'm sorry. He's making jewelry. Instead of wearing the jewelry, instead of having the bling, he's creating it. And in this particular multiverse, he's actually making something for Mr. Vitalik Buterin.
Oh, because Buterin in this multiverse, he's actually still the Ethereum guy, the head honcho.
Yeah, there is no PulseChain, but Vitalik, he's rolling hard, I guess. He's getting something made for him.
Oh my gosh. All right.
All right. We got our next multiverse is you know how much Richard loves his Louis Vuitton, right?
Oh, of course.
In this multiverse, he's actually making the bags. This multiverse, he gets the handbags, but he gets to handle them, but he's making the bags.
I've got a very important question from chat for you. Okay.
All right. What is it?
It's on the screen.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the slideshow. What the hell are you smoking? I'm from California, Mr. Magnus. So we actually have, it's Galaxy Mints. All right.
So in this multiverse, Richard Hart is in potentially the sweatshops of Southeast Asia.
Yeah, it seems like that's probably where he's at right there. All right, this next one. All right, so it looks like he's in a sweatshop, right? Very, very unfortunate. But in this next multiverse, it's a little bit better. He's not necessarily making the PulseChain, but Richard Hart in this multiverse is actually the controller, I guess, of Apple. That's I don't know if you kids know this, but it looks like in this one he became Steve Jobs, and he's doing an earnings report for Apple, and look at that, 15.6 billion.
15.6 billion. I mean, he wasn't too far off.
Not too far off.
Like a 7.5x. That's all.
For Steve Jobs to get to this number, it took him like 30 years.
Yeah.
So, this is Richard Hart's first his first blockchain, because Hex is not a blockchain. All right, so
there's more.
There's another one. In our next, and then I thought this was pretty funny when he says, when we release our new app in 2 weeks, ... A little inside joke to the PulseChain right there.
I see the quote. I see it.
So our next multiverse is Richard Hart is actually a valet driver.
Richard's valet.
And he's helping this nice gentleman out of his car.
He's got the face for any one of these jobs, though. That's the crazy part.
Right? I mean,
is that weird to you, or is that just weird to me?
No, I think that's just kind of the way Richard is. Instead of driving the fancy cars, he's still driving them, but it's unfortunate he did not create the PulseChain in this multiverse. And our next one, he's actually an airline pilot, but not even just like a regular airline pilot. This looks like a private airline pilot. Looks like he's taking some people over to Hexaco.
Oh my gosh, dude, he looks like a pilot, man. It's so weird.
All right. In our next slide, you know how Richard loves the ladies, right?
Yeah.
Well, in our next slide, he did not create the PulseChain because he's just spending time in his harem with his ladies, and instead of having, because they didn't really have watches in this particular time period, he's telling the girls, you should see my golden sundials.
Probably.
All right. Sorry. And this next one, this next slide is like the picture that kind of got me going on this whole multiverse idea. And this next slide is this is definitely the wrong Richard. This is definitely the wrong timeline. We do not want to be in this multiverse. All right, this guy is definitely not creating the PulseChain.
But this is somebody else's multiverse that we're talking about here, right?
Well, I mean, it's
BitBoy's rendition of Richard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe in this timeline, BitBoy is Richard Hart.
Yeah, we just did some pretty deep stuff there. I don't know if you realized it, but that's pretty cool.
It's yeah. All right. Our next one is I'm
Somebody
not gonna
says
lie.
I'm getting high without smoking.
Get that contact high. In this next one, so it's a little spicy. I'm not gonna lie, but we all know how much Richard loves his diamonds, right? On this next one, Richard was born in the wrong place, I guess. He's getting the diamonds, but
what movie was that with
Blood Diamond?
Blood Diamond, yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I see Richard back there. Oh my gosh! Somebody says BitBoy's RH. I'm done.
So, but so that was basically the tour of the Richard Hart multiverse. But just to finish it up, we got to be thankful that this is our multiverse with Richard Hart working hard on getting the PulseChain ready and done for us. And so,
ladies and gentlemen, that
actually, I'm sorry, I forgot.
In conclusion, there's one more.
I had one more slide. In conclusion, I rest my case for a Quantum Leap reboot.
Oh my God.
If anyone knows
Quantum where did they find you, Bris? Were you born in a petri dish? Did they implant, like, how does this work, Bris?
I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, I have to give you a +1 for creativity. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The Biz with Bris.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought we would take some time from all the tech talk that we're always doing, and have some fun, and be thankful that we are where we are, and that good times are coming.
Bris, we went from 275 viewers down to 44.
Oh man, that was perfect. We told them, do not subscribe.
Subscribe. This is the best moment of my life.
Get out,
Bris. I had no idea that you were the key.
I'm gonna take over your channel by completely sinking it.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna keep the friggin' fire going. We're gonna burn it up, man. The furnace is hot. My next guest here, I'm very, 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 very excited to bring in, and you guys might know her, is the wild witch from the west, from the north. That's how I know her. We've had a weird up and down. Our relationship's been on the rocks. It's come back. I think we're making a comeback now. She's doing some good things for the community. And I think it's appropriate to go ahead and have her on here and talk about it, because I'm actually going to be participating in this. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Bris, I need a golf clap. Inviting freedom.
Inviting freedom. Hey, gentlemen, how are you? I want to give Reg's comments compliments, but I'm just gonna, hold back.
I would lose a lot of respect for you if you did that. Inviting freedom. Thank you.
But Bris, the best face in Hex. There it is. So good to see you.
Too kind.
Inviting freedom. You know what? I don't know. We were in a Twitter space, right? We were in a Twitter space like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And you're talking about this idea that you had. And I said, you know what? That's awesome. It's just it's a community thing. It brings people together. And I'm excited to have you kind of talk about to the crowd here what exactly your thing's all about. So tell us what's happening tomorrow.
Well, I hate to admit it, but yes, you were in a space with myself. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. But yeah, so, I was just thinking, I really kind of like what Bris was kind of going on. So it's like the same sentiment there. Just basically slow down, embrace the ego-delic consciousness, to connect with what also sustains us while we're enjoying our wonderful steaks and everything else, and kind of like connect to, you know, the deeper root, so to speak. I think, you know, we get so busy and we don't realize the symbiosis, like the physical symbiosis that we have with everything around us. So I was like, let's do a tree planting day.
Tree planting day, and it's called what is it called day?
Hex Arbor Day.
Hex Arbor Day.
Yeah, I was thinking, let's do an annual Hex Arbor Day. Eco Builder Davin, you guys probably know him as Eco Builder on Twitter, but Davin from Hex Foodies, he had come in. Hex Siren had come into the space, and we were just talking like, yeah, let's make this an annual thing, sort of like that one day out of the year where we could just go outside, experience that, you know, the whole antidepressant, you know how they say like there's like that microbacterium in the soil, and then so like you're getting like this antidepressant and you're connecting with nature, but this also this adding this concept of delayed gratification, because listen, we're going to plant a tree, right? You could plant a tree, it doesn't matter, don't stress out, go to your local nursery, call up Lowe's. It does not have to be a huge idea. I mean, like they're cheap too. You could get them for like $10-15, depending, but make sure it's native. If you aren't, you know, a tree planter or with the green thumb. And, yeah, we're going to do a steak. I had asked Richard Hart, who clowned the F out of me. I love him, but, he broke my heart. I was like,
are you talking about on stream when you were out with last Friday?
Yeah, dude. I was just like, Hex Arbor Day. And he's like, well, you know, I'm not going to endorse it because we don't know if there's going to be some invasive species. But I'm like, no. And I'm like, come on.
Of course his brain would go there.
I know, right? Our overthinker. But I asked him, I said, pick a number, any number from 1 to 999. And he picked 369, which is perfect. I love the 369. So we're going to stake 369 hex tomorrow. And we're going to do a 5555. So we'll be able to, in 15 years, all remember, like, why the hell does so many hexagons? Hopefully this is the idea that, or every year they have a, you know, once a year, an unstake of 369 hex on the same day. And it's to remember us to go check out our trees. And hopefully by the year 15, we'll have like 15 trees too. You know what I mean? Like that we'll be able to, hey, don't you?
I like that.
Maybe it's a good idea. Kind of.
I like it.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. So here, so this is weird. I'm not going to lie, Inviting Freedom. This is weird. I am not the type of person that hangs out on a Saturday and goes and plants trees. Like I don't plant. I'm not a tree licker like you. Like I don't do that.
What's next? You're gonna go pick up trash at the ocean?
Well, no, I'm not even going to pick up trash. I don't care about the environment. That's my point. But I'll tell you this. Inviting Freedom, I heard this pitch and it lined up very well. It's like all of a sudden everything clicked in my head. I said, I need to protect the environment. I want to plant a tree with my son. And then she was talking about this. I said, wow, I could do this for my kid. I could help the Hex community. I could help the environment. And then my son, as he drives by in 20 or 30 years, he's going to be able to see this tree that him and his dad planted. So we're going to do that tomorrow. And I thank Inviting Freedom for kind of putting that in my head. So thank you very much. And that's the only compliment you'll ever get from me, by the way.
You know, there's this quote that I always use for crypto when everyone's always saying, oh, man, like, for example, with Bitcoin, it goes way up and they're like, oh, man, it's too expensive. I missed the boat. And the quote is, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today.
Nice. I like it.
Yes, I love that. And my heart was warm just for that moment, Rags. And then, you know, you killed it quickly, but I was definitely feeling that. But yeah, they talk about, you know, I love that quote. The Bible talks about the tree a lot too. You know, I don't want to, you know, get too religious, but I mean, like they have, you know, they talk about it in Galatians and John, where, you know, it's the fruit of the Spirit is, you know, like love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, you know, that whole thing, and you know, the bearing of fruit from the tree. The trees grow, all that thing, and the deeper roots concept, you know. But yeah, I'm excited. It's so circular too, because Alice Walker, who's an author, but she talks about the circular energy of generosity, and that we can stimulate regeneration of life and spirit, and it stimulates our own growth and our expanse, and we could do this through trees. I know it sounds kind of like weird, but it's the best thing, because what else gives so much to us? And trees. I mean, honestly, it's interesting. I think they say like 4 trees in your lifetime will amount to the what is it? Equate to the amount of oxygen that you'll you know, like suck up during your lifetime, 100 years.
Oh, cool. So yeah, so like carbon footprint type stuff. You plant 4 trees, you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to overstay my welcome. So, but listen, Rex, you're awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, because that really made me happy, because that's what I was going for. And I hate to admit this, especially with freaking Rex, but that's the one story that will made this entire thing. If I don't hear that anyone else plants a tree,
I can't even believe you're telling me this right now, Invited Freedom.
Because that was really what I was looking for. So I know, but I'll get over it. So
no. So tomorrow, when people wake up, they wake up and they say it's Hex Arbor Day. Do they take a picture? Is there a hashtag we're doing? Like what are how can we hype this up?
And where do I sacrifice?
Well, I'll send you my address. So yeah, you're gonna stake it yourself, because that's gonna be your sort of documentation, your evidence that you planted that tree. So if you don't plant a tree, you can't stake a 369 stake. That's like official. I hope everybody knows that. Okay, so I'm just kidding.
Okay, got it.
But you got to plant the tree, and yeah, hashtag Hex Arbor Day. Do a quick picture of the planted tree, throw it up, hashtag Hex Arbor Day. Let us know what type of tree you have. You don't have to tell us the state or, you know, your location, but that's it. And we have some cool giveaways that we're going to do and stuff like that. Hex Siren is so amazing. Like that chick, if you guys don't know who that is, like I have a total crush on female crush on Hex Siren. Check her out. She's amazing. And
you know, it'd be kind of cool if you could get like a metal plaque with like a QR code that goes to the stake, like on Etherscan or something. So you'd be like, all right, this stake goes to this tree, like
all connected all together.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that could be a great idea because you're going to do this annually, I assume, Inviting Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah. And this year it was really short, but we're looking to really pump this up next year. So expect a much bigger presence next year and a lot more put into it. We're going to get stake and apes involved with NFTs. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get nuts.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I don't like being too sappy and things, but I just want to say to Bris and Inviting Freedom, I'd really like the opportunity to showcase Hexkins, man, because we're just all really, really cool people. Inviting Freedom. Are you going on tonight at 5, or are you going on tonight with the crew, the girls?
Yeah, I am.
What time's that at?
I think 9:30 my time.
Are you Eastern time?
I am.
Okay, yeah, so 9:30 Eastern. I think Inviting Freedom and some of the gals at Hex are going to hop on. And Bris, thank you so much. You bring so much you're just really ugly and you don't say nice things, but for some reason people keep watching and
inviting freedom. Tell him who has the best face in crypto.
Bris has the hands down best face in Hex. It's been official.
Whoa! In Hex,
he's just.
I thought you said crypto.
Oh well, we're working up to that, but I made a mistake. It's 8:30 Eastern Standard.
8:30 Eastern. Cool.
Yeah.
On what channel is that going to be on?
It's going to be on Lindsay the Hexican's channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Little feedback here. Sandy Beach says, "Thank you, inviting freedom. Planting trees is awesome." Optimal Timeline says, "What a happy camper." Bearded Saint says, "Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. All the things that I am not." All right. Yes. Hookshot. First time hearing Bris. Kind of sounds like a Tony Soprano. Yeah, you do sound. Are you Italian, Bris?
Gabalagoo. No,
there it is.
Nowhere near Italian.
All right, and then we'll say Beam D says, "I guess we'll stake the 369 Hex exclusively on PulseChain starting next year, inviting freedom." Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That sounds pretty cool.
It'll be the first annual PulseChain Hex Arbor Day, right?
Yeah.
Next year.
That's cool. Next year.
Cool. Well, guys, you know what? Thank you guys so much for hopping on.
Thanks so much, Rex.
Yeah, I'm going to actually go ahead and end the stream here. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, this is Brandon Davis. I am the Supreme Ayatollah. And I promise you, at this very second, I am out.